Good morning, students. We are going to continue the story The Mother by Somerset Maugham. The argument between Rosalia and La Cashera continued. The dance had left Curito madly in love with Rosalia. He passionately desired her. At nightfall, he wandered towards the Macarena and presently found himself at her house. He waited in the darkness of the porch till he saw her in the patio. At the other end burned his mother's lonely light. Curito went to see his mother. She told him about what Rosalia had told her. She said that she turned a murderess for his sake. So now we see that Curito and Rosalia start meeting very frequently, and but they do it in a somewhat secretive way because Curito knows that his mother, La Cashera, does not approve of their match. Then a dialogue takes place between Rosalia and La Cashera, and Rosalia tells La Cashera that Curito has told everything about her to Rosalia, and he has told that La Cashera was a murderess. And La Cashera tells Curito that she turned a murderess only for her son's sake. She was living with a man named Pepe Santi, and she endured him only because he was giving bread to herself and her son Curito. When Pepe Santi started beating Curito, La Cashera killed him. And then she was in prison for 7 years, and she says that she was able to sustain herself in the prison because of her son. If it was only for the thought of her son that she lived. So, in this way, she explains her behavior to her son Curito. Curito understands what his mother wants to say, but at the same time, he says that it is natural for him to fall in love with a girl. If it was not Rosalia, it would be someone else because he was a young boy. But La Cashera refuses to listen to any such logic, and she rejects the idea of Curito falling in love with any other girl. One day, La Cashera got hold of Rosalia. She asked her to stay away from Curito. Rosalia said that Curito told her about her past. La Cashera was enraged at this. La Cashera drew a knife from her bosom and with a note buried it in the girl's neck. Rosalia shrieked. Half a dozen doors were flung open at the despairing cry, and people rushed to seize La Cashera. But she backed against the wall and faced them with an expression of such ferocity on her face that no one dared approach her. The hesitation was momentary, but Pillar ran from the balcony, shrieking. After some time, the police and the doctors came. Rosalia had died, but La Cashera did not have any feeling of repentance. In this way, we see that La Cashera took the extreme step of killing Rosalia out of jealousy. So, this is the end of the story, The Mother. It is a very unusual sort of ending that we have witnessed in the story when La Cashera kills Rosalia. It is an abnormal trait in her because she cannot accept the fact that her son has fallen in love with a young girl. Sometimes we have these are very rare stories and extremely abnormal behaviors that we sometimes read in the newspapers. And yeah, this is one such story and one such instance where we have seen such extreme abnormal behavior on the part of a woman who loves her son uh, with such ferocity and vehemence that she just cannot accept the fact that he has fallen in love with a girl. And this dismissal of his love leads her to kill the girl whom he loves. So, a very unusual ending and a very unusual story and a very unusual image of a mother we have seen in this story. So, that is all in today's class. Tomorrow we'll read another story. Thanks.